this is the game that they want. But here we go. I think we are getting underway.
I think so too. We're gonna kick it off right now. It is gonna be the last match of tonight with a banger of a match coming up. It is Massa, Kronos, Tween, and YoYo. It's gonna start on full focus. Let's kick it off. Alright, so the first map that we're gonna witness now with this current matchup is gonna be full focus by Thompson. This is already gonna be a very promising start into this one. Anybody could take it. Tween, Kronos, Massa, and YoYo. 4 big names in the TrackMania competitive scene. Let's kick it off with round number 1, R2K.
Yeah, 4 big names, and they're all around the same sort of skill level as well. Bit like we'll find out who's got the better experience, who's got the better pressure, better confidence, better focus. We are gonna find out right now as we are into round 1, and we'll stick with Tween for this one, of course. Giant Cup 2018 winner against his teammate Kronos right now, currently trying to keep away Massa and Kronos himself. It's going to be very hard. YoYo is not too far behind either. They're very tightly packed. Ooh, everybody goes away from the little tunnel there. So good awareness from all players. But again, it's so close right now, so close in this first round. Oh no! As soon as I say that, Massa actually collides with the wall. He goes a bit too wide there, collides with the wall, and now it's between teammates Tween and Kronos for that first position. As you're getting to it, YoYo not too far behind again. Tween having a nice little lead. Ooh, goes a bit wide there that he should have, maybe. Kronos capitalizes. We're going to this long left-hand corner into the straight. Kronos doesn't look like he has the speed to take over.
He
didn't have the speed, but Tween didn't have the angle. And will lose out on first place in the first round. Kronos with 10, YoYo with 6, Tween with 4, Massa with 3.
What an end. Tween was jumping too low and hit the finish block with his back tire. Got a little stuck right there. Lucky that he didn't pull the pack from one of the previous matches that we've seen where he just got straight up stuck and couldn't move anymore. And then also Massa was turtling into the finish, so that was a very interesting start into this match with the second round ongoing. And I think it was YoYo that we lost already. Yes, YoYo with an early mistake right there, already 1.2 seconds behind. In the lead, it is Massa. Will he recover from that mistake? Of course, Massa being a player that is sometimes not able to recover from mistakes. That is, you know, tilting sometimes. Right now, it is looking very good, though. Massa in the lead, followed by Kronos, who gets a very good section right there. To the left, though. Kronos going up in the lead right now. Massa trying to make something happen again. Kronos with the upper hand. And here we go. Tween is also in the mix right here, saying, hello, I want some 10 points as well. Kronos losing it a little bit right there. Tween with the inside line. Sampi in the lead now. The 2 players for Team Sampi. Massa being left behind a little bit, but there is Tween making a mistake now. Hits the wall to the left. Will be out of this one and might actually get passed by YoYo. But the ending will be decisive right here. It's going to take the 10 points. It will be Massa who will get a little less speed out of this one. And it is Kronos that takes the 10 points here with a 108.2 and Massa with a 0.28. So that was a good race up front between Kronos and Massa, taking 10 and 6 points respectively.
Good race there by Kronos again. Two perfect rounds for him, so to speak. 20 points, and he's stormed into the early lead of this upper bracket semi-final. But anything can change. Of course, we are racing 4 rounds on each map. There are 6 maps, if I remember correctly. Yes, there are 6 maps, so it's a long-winded race as well, with 140 points as the total, and then you got finalist mode afterwards. So yeah.
Aye.
But saying that, Massa actually collides with the wall there, so that's not good for him. And he collides again with the wall, so he's going to be way out of this race right now. So he needs to finish, though. Those points are urgently needed.
Oh, YoYo!
YoYo goes too early in, and he actually misses the checkpoint. He tries to reverse back and goes into the checkpoint, so he's way behind right now. 5 seconds, nearly 10-second difference. Oh, Massa's actually retired. Massa will get no points whatsoever.
Bad sign.
So that is a bad sign for him there. So, but getting back into it, Tween ahead of his teammate Kronos. Kronos will want to get another 10 points, have that perfect streak right now, but he's too far away from Tween. Tries to go early into the corner, but Tween has too much of a gap and will make it this time around for 10 points. Kronos with 6. And YoYo actually quits out of the race as well.
Oh, what is happening? 2 DNFs in this round. Only Sampy survives, and it is Kronos and Tween that are leading this race right now over YoYo and Massa. So yeah, Massa, I don't know what happened to him. I mean, there's probably a reason why he retired. I guess he made another mistake, which basically made it pointless to continue because he wouldn't reach the finish line in time. But yeah, this is not a good sign for Massa at all, because as I said, he is the type of person that sometimes does not recover from tilts. And if he tilts that early on in the match, that is going to be a very bad thing to happen. But as I said, it is Kronos that makes a mistake, so it is Massa still in the lead, followed by Tween. Both going for a slightly different line. Massa went through the pillars while Tween went to the right. It doesn't really matter. It's a matter of preference mostly. It doesn't really make a big difference on your time or on your speed or anything. So Tween drops down to 3rd place as I was rambling about the pillars. Tries to come back to YoYo, but Massa still in the lead. He lost a little bit of time right there, so YoYo comes a little bit closer. But Massa still looking good right here. Is he going to take the first 10-pointer? Will he recover from that little tilt that he's in right now? Massa with that inside line. YoYo not able to catch back. Massa has the speed. And he hits the finish line. Very low jump. That could have gone worse, but a good time by Massa. 108.12. Is this the comeback of the Cupra King?
He needs it. He definitely needs it right now. He is behind, but we are only in our first map right now as we're about to change to our second.
Next map, Hervanta. Let's have a look at the preview. Alright, so map 2 is underway. Players warming themselves up on this map. And we already see some spicy inside lines by Kronos, so that is gonna bode well for a nice matchup right here. Massa with a great warm-up time, 111.67. That is looking good for Massa to potentially come back. He's at 19 points right now, YoYo at 16 on last, and then we have the 2 Sampy players, Kronos and Tween, with 29 and 21 points respectively.
Yeah, so again, good first map for Kronos as well. He did finish with 2 first place. And he got the last few points as well, so 29. So he's ahead of his teammate Tween at 21. So 8-point difference. But again, it's still early days right now in this upper bracket semi-final as we get underway. Again, it is on Hervanta. It's a map they all know. And we'll see how well they get to it. And Massa, wow! Massa, I do not know what's happened to it, but he collided into the wall just after the checkpoint there. So Massa really not feeling it right now. Oh, that was terrible for him. But meanwhile, we'll see Tween in first place, followed by YoYo and then Kronos. Massa needs to step up the best he can to get back into it. But Tween, on the other hand, is holding off YoYo. Oh, YoYo goes wide. Tween goes way wide. Well, he goes in narrowly, sorry. Goes into the early corner. He's able to stabilize himself.
Wait, what just happened?
I think
Tween
Tween
DC'd.
Tween has DC'd out.
Stop,
That's
stop,
not good.
stop, stop.
Everyone is stopping. YoYo is still going. YoYo, stop. What are you doing? What are you doing? Stop. There we go. Yeah, so Tween has unfortunately just full stopped out of the server. Let's see if he's back. No, he's full
I
stopped.
think we lost Tween entirely. He's still standing there on the map. As you can see here, you see a dead Tween right now. So I think his computer died or something else happened that prevents Tween from playing right now. So there's a little of a break, which means we can use that break to have a quick look at the players. We have some amazing player cards that I can show you in the meantime. So first of all, we have... Nope, that's the wrong one. We have this one. We have Kronos, who is 26 years old, playing with a gamepad and camera too. He has several gamers assemblies under his belt. That is a very, very good thing to have. Then, on the other hand, we have Tween, 22, with a keyboard. Of course, arguably one of the best keyboard players in the stadium environment, Cam 2, and a lot of experience in his backpack as well. Next up, YoYo, 25, with keyboard as well, and playing with Cam 3. So keyboard and Cam 3 is a very unusual combination, but he is the one to do it. That is going to be a very, very good one. And of course, not to forget Massa from Germany, 23, with a gamepad and Cam 1. Multiple LAN attendances as well, so he knows what's up as well.
Is there something you know that I don't know about Kronos winning?
No, that's actually the winner animation, like for later. So whoever wins is gonna receive that animation.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Apparently that's what Rio is putting on is that Kronos is gonna win the whole thing. So there you go.
Maybe I leaked the whole outcome of this tournament already. We never know.
Yeah, that's a storyline. This is one of the storylines that we've got.
Confirmed right here. Match fixing in TrackMania World Cup. It is a thing.
You know, we're trying to be like WWE, have storylines. Who's going to be booing? Who's going to be the face? Who's going to be the heels? It's you know, but yeah, there you go. So we're still waiting, of course, for the reconnection of Tween.
Yep, YoYo is using the time to just drive the map, which is fair enough. Some players, of course, decide to drive the warm-up. Some others don't like to drive it. There's, for example, Carl. Not Carl Jr., but the French Carl that always decided to skip the warm-up. So that's always like, it depends on your mindset, it depends on how you drive. Everybody to his own, I guess.
So having this time off, Rio, in your opinion, sort of like where we are now, what would be a player's thinking right now?
I think Massa, for example, he shows that he can do it, but it's going to be difficult to keep up that performance, that is for sure. I'm not sure about YoYo. YoYo is slacking a little bit, for sure. YoYo can definitely do better. And I think the Sampis are doing a tremendous job right now. Kronos and Tween both showing a very good pace. So I think right now it is too close to call. There's no one that really sticks out, either to a positive or a negative side. So it is a very even match after the first map, which means it's going to allow for a very good continuation. As soon as Tween actually gets back, I think right now he's switching the PC. Yep, there you have it in the chat. So yeah, a little bit of a waiting time right here. But yeah, what about you? Like, you can also... what do you think about the match so far?
I mean, I think it's slow starts again, maybe for Massa. YoYo, again, he has the potential. Every player has the potential, don't get me wrong. It's like, but it's a slow start. It seems like, you know, they've had a bit of a break. They've been watching the other players play. I don't know if they've been practicing behind the scenes. But again, it is tough, you know, especially coming into this with such big names as well. Where they're sitting as well, if they're sitting in front of each other, side by side, that's another thing as well. We don't even know what it looks like inside. I mean, I'm sure...
Yeah, of course.
Maybe someone's taken a few photos inside of what it looks like. Maybe some of the players have. I don't know if Spam has or any of the other players on Twitter. But again, we don't know what it's like inside as well. It's a crazy one.
Yeah.
So it's a crazy one. But I think like if Massa on paper should be able to win it. But again, against players like YoYo, Tween, and Kronos, it's very hard off paper.
Yeah, I definitely agree. But to add actually something to, what's happening behind the curtains, I think the manager of the Fuse Kids, which is Benji, is traveling together with Spam, and I think he's gonna give us a nice insight into how it looks like. He's probably gonna take some pictures and just, report Spam's performance, take some videos and take notes and pictures and stuff like that. So for those who are curious, I think there's gonna be a pretty cool insight into what's gonna happen, or what was happening, what is happening later on in the evening. Let's see about that.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see. I mean, it's tough for us being remote, myself and YoYo. It's very tough doing what we're doing. I mean, we're sitting here, we're waiting for what's happening. We don't know what's going on. PCs are crashing over there. We got PCs crashing here on this side.
Yes.
It's a real weird. Maybe you can ask Massa what's going on anyway, YoYo. So while YoYo does that, I mean, it's still close. I mean, Kronos with 29, Tween with 21, Massa with 19, and YoYo with 16. So if you've just joined us, Tween's PC has crashed out of the server and also probably just crashed out in the event. So we're just waiting for Tween to come back on. And yeah, we'll get underway with this second upper bracket semi-final. If you've missed the first upper bracket semi-final, you missed a cracker of a match where we saw Kappa become first place in that upper bracket semi-final, along with Carl Jr. in second place. They will go into the upper bracket final for tomorrow, where Pac and Pac and Dutchy unfortunately will drop down into the lower bracket stages for tomorrow as well. So this is the last match we've got on today in terms of scheduling. The next matches start tomorrow early at 9:30 in the morning.
Well, I assume that there's gonna be some delays as well, simply due to the fact that it's gonna be played on stage. So you never really know what's happening on stage. There's always some sort of delay, always some sort of, miscommunication maybe. So we can just assume that there's gonna be a little of delay. But yeah, tomorrow's gonna be an early one again. So the early birds are hopefully gonna watch again.
Well, it's a big problem for me. I'm gonna say it now because unfortunately, because of the change of schedule, I'm not gonna be here in the morning.
Ooh, gonna leave me alone.
I'm gonna leave you, unfortunately. But unless somebody wants to drop in else time,
maybe we can find someone.
Maybe you can, because the thing is, it was all scheduled for and I know sometimes it is, it is, but yeah, it's gonna be very crazy for me tomorrow. But we'll find out. I'll find out later this evening if I can or can't.
Yeah, we're gonna figure it out. No worries about that. But yeah, I actually have some fun facts prepared. So the first one I would like to drop right here is that we have two people playing right now in the names of Tween and YoYo that have had a lot of attendances in grand finals and world championships already. So we have Tween that has been in the grand final 5 times already. So he is, a great contender. He knows how things work, and he is, of course, always someone that you should never count out, because he's just full of experience. He's almost exploding of experience, if I may say so. And, of course, YoYo that has been in a final 3 times. But I think we're actually gonna go live, so feel free to stop my cool story pop and go ahead with the cast.
We will be back with your story, don't worry. I'm sure it sounds really interesting. I'd love to hear it as well. But we are into round 1, of course, of Havanta, and actually Massa gets a huge mistake straight off the bat. 15 seconds in, and he collides with the wall. So he is into last place all of a sudden. Meanwhile, it's Kronos, YoYo fighting for that first position. Tween not too far behind in 3rd place. Joking around this long little S-bend here. Kronos and YoYo make it fine. Tween as well. Massa again a 2nd behind. He's really struggling, and it's so sad to see. I don't know if it's the monitors, PCs, whatever, but it's really sad to see that such a potential player is struggling so hard. But as we get back into it, Kronos and YoYo find that first position. Tween is nearly there. He's on the tippy toes of YoYo and Kronos to come around this hairpin turn. It is going to be very close right now. As around in the penultimate corners.
Oh!
Oh no! YoYo actually crashing, and Kronos and Tween will actually go on the inside, but Kronos has a better. But, oh,
No,
Tween!
Tween!
Tween
No way, Tween! He's in the grass.
He's in the grass. Massa will
Massa
reverse back.
backwards.
Massa will reverse backwards, and Tween does not finish at all. Wow.
Looks like Tween is still having some problems. He's asking for a break. So that break is gonna be granted for him. Which means more technical difficulties right now.
More technical difficulties, but that round there, my god. I mean, both Sampy players, Kronos and Tween, going on the inside like it was nothing. They had the perfect line, so to speak. But then Tween tried to sort of risk it there at the end, trying that jump, and he went too early in the turn and collided with the wall, and that was just unfortunate. What was even worse was that he bounced so hard that he went over the track wall.
Yeah.
And he lost points. And it's, again, this has allowed YoYo to actually capitalize on it, because now he's just ahead of Tween by 1 point. And Massa's ahead of YoYo by 1 point as well. So Kronos with a lead, and hopefully Tween has reset himself for this round.
Yeah, a break like that is always difficult to handle, because some people are gonna be like, yeah, it's a cool thing to have a break to calm my mind again. But others just prefer to stay in the zone and just not get interrupted by any sort of break, because that's just gonna ruin their momentum. So let's see how the players will be coping with this rather long interruption that we have due to technical difficulties on Tween's PC. But we are on going into the next round. It is Massa right now in the lead, and Tween with a mistake. Tween is making that mistake, and I'm not sure if that was just, you know, him not being focused. And Massa again, so this is going left, right, center right now. YoYo and Kronos making it look pretty good right here for them, clocking in those good points. The first and second place, of course, very valuable in this point system. 10 and 6 points are really important to get. So YoYo and Kronos, the two Frenchmen, about to take the valuable points, as we have YoYo extending his lead a bit more over Kronos, going through the last platform into the right-hander. There's not even a real need to go for the inside. Both players know it. They're experienced enough to just not take that unnecessary risk. YoYo takes it, 111.8. That's even a good time considering the circumstances. Kronos, 112.2. Then we have Tween and Massa. They still finish, which is good. They get some points. But yeah, what a wild match so far. Unreal to see what's been happening. Again, Tween still having some sort of problems. He's still trying to get used to it. It's a bit of a shame what's happening there over there in France, but he can only do the best with what he's got. Let's hope he can put out all the stops on this round, as he is ahead currently just by a sliver of a tail, because Massa is not too far behind. Here comes YoYo though with a bit better line and a burst of speed. He's going uphill, downhill transition. You see Kronos not too far behind either in 4th position, but Massa, Tween and YoYo fighting for those top 3 positions. First place as well. Remember, 10 points for first place, so it's really needed right now. We're not even halfway through the stages as well, because 140 points is the point limit with the finalist mode added on as well. Tween though, looks a bit better now. He looks like he's settled in with his PC. Yep.
Currently in first position. Here comes YoYo though, trying to fight for that second place. YoYo just lifts up slightly there around the hairpin turn. Here we go. YoYo in second. Here comes Kronos just ahead of Massa. Back and forth. Massa gets a better line through. From 4th to 2nd he goes. Here goes Tween. Massa's got to go on the inside. He wants to risk it. So does Kronos. Kronos, but Tween has a bit more speed.
Oh, what a finish.
Massa hits the wall. Tween with 10. YoYo with 6. Kronos with 4. Massa with 3.
What a mistake by Massa. He saw that he had all of his opponents surrounding him, so he was of course risking it for that biscuit at the end. Didn't pay off for Massa. He's gonna drop down to last place. He's already 20 points behind the leader, which is Kronos right now. 49 points for the Sampy player. YoYo at 38, Tween at 35, so second place is very, very close. And Massa at 29. Going into the last round of this map, it is a very close round so far, with YoYo going for a very alternative line, but it actually paid off and he shoots himself up to first place for the moment. Jumping into the right-hander. Want to use the airtime to rotate your car into the right-hander. Kronos with an insane amount of speed. Back on first place he goes, but is incredibly close. Look how close the cars are to each other. Into the checkpoint we go. Tween right now in the lead, going on to the blue part right now. Tween getting it very nicely together with YoYo, who gets a tad more speed than Tween, but Tween now having the upper hand in the upcoming corner. So this is a little bit of a YoYo, but as I say that, YoYo makes a mistake. So a little bit of a back and forth right there. That's maybe a better wording. Tween still in first place, holding strong. Kronos might be a bit too tight. Gets skid marks at the exit of the uphill. Massa will pass with a little bit more speed. Now the last turn will decide it. Tween and Massa both go for the inside line. Kronos went for the outside. It did not pay off. Wait! What is happening? Massa missed the finish and he will turtle into it. Saves 3 points. But that was another big mistake by Big Massa.
Massa, I think, hates that map, and he's... Oh, wow. What a awful performance there on that map for Massa. Let's hope he can do better on this one.
Oh, boys. Next one, Liberstead. This is going to be an interesting one. Alright, good stuff right there. The videos, of course, made by Pikes, who was lending his hand to create all of the media, the videos, and the animations for the TrackMania World Championship. But this one is going to be the next map, and we see Massa at 32 points. Do you think he's tilting, R2K?
I mean, I'm just looking at Twitch chat as well, and a few people have said that. I don't know. I couldn't tell, to be fair. I mean... Again, it comes down to what the atmosphere is like in the events. We don't know what it's like there, what the pieces are like. I know we've had a few problems, but how big the problems were, what the extent is at the event, don't know. So, but we've seen this before from Massa, where he's been at an event and he's done, or even online as well, and he's just sort of choked as well. So it's very hard to say, but into the first round we go, and hopefully he has a lot better times.
Okay.
Maybe not this round, mate. Let's scratch this round for Massa then. So we'll go and see Tween and YoYo for this one. It is not looking good for Massa, let's put it that way. So, but for Tween and YoYo, they will be relishing this because they're only 3 points apart from each other. And again, top two will go into the upper bracket final. And then bottom two into the lower bracket final, which will be early played as well. And actually, Tween did make a mistake, and that will allow YoYo to have a clear first place right now. He's over a second in the lead of everybody, over 3 seconds over Massa. And Kronos actually retired as well. So unless he flipped over on his head, it's unfortunate, or he couldn't get back on the track or something. That is the end of Kronos in this round. So lots of points lost here. But for YoYo, he will now be 3 points behind Kronos as well. So that is a huge and he moves up to second place as well. So that's huge for YoYo right now.
Yep, very good opportunity. He took it, and this is gonna turn everything around. YoYo now up to second place with 52, Tween with 51, and yeah, that was a very weird round. Everybody made mistakes. So the fact that this is a really high pressure situation, Massa with another early mistake, and I think this is not a good sign for Massa whatsoever. But to continue what I wanted to say, I actually forgot it. Whatever.
I don't blame you.
Whatever. Let's just dive into the round. My goldfish brain is not really functioning after 7 hours of casting.
But speaking of that, saying Rio, say I know this round, but this is where Massa should use the pause.
I'm not sure if he's aware of, actually being able to use the pause. So that is, of course, the big question. Does the player know that the possibility is given, or is it just, did it completely disappear from the player's minds that the possibility is still there? We don't know what's happening. We don't know how good the communication was between, you know, the adminship and the players. But, yeah, Massa right now not looking all too good. He's still driving, so he didn't retire. So he's at least going to get those 3 points. But Tween is going to be in the lead, and Kronos following up on second place. Sampi dominating this match right now. Tween on first, Kronos on second, YoYo on third, and Massa on fourth. By the way, I remind myself of what I wanted to say. So the fact that this is a very high-pressure situation and the very high difficulty of this map makes mistakes like that very likely to happen. So that's what I wanted to say.
Fair enough. At least you got it out. That's the main thing. Yeah,
Yes, it feels great.
Yeah, you know, pat yourself on the back on that one, really. It's very hard at times, especially when you've had like nearly 6 hours casting. Well, a lot longer than that, actually. I think that we've been on the air for. So, you know, it is going to happen regardless. So, you know, fair play to you. I'm remembering what you wanted to say there. But into this round, Massa's actually had a better time right now. He's actually in second place, trying to keep up with YoYo, who's in first on this round. Massa will go in on the inside as close as he can. Again, trying to risk it. I think he is risking it. A lot of people says he might be tilting. A lot of other people say he might be risking it a lot. We don't know what Massa's doing, really. That's up down to him. He'll probably say on Twitter or something what he's been doing on it. But he's dropped from second to fourth. Well, third now. Because Tween and Kronos have caught up with him. YoYo has a nice gap as we come up into the last few corners around to the fake finish. We go into third place, Tween into second. YoYo is getting caught up actually by Tween. He's getting ever so close right now as Tween's trying to risk it. What's those 10 points? Here he comes, he's touching. But YoYo is able to stabilize himself with that first place. 10 points for YoYo, Tween with 6, Massa with 4, and Kronos with 3.
That was a great race right there. Only 1200s between first and third, and then Kronos also wasn't that far behind. So that was actually a great race this time. Good times on top of that. So the fourth round ongoing on this map, and maybe players are going to be happy to finally get rid of this map, because it is a very difficult one, as you can tell by the amount of mistakes that have been made already. So this is of course a very, very difficult map made by Manox. Anyway, going into the last round right here, it is Tween that actually went up in the lead now with 67 points. YoYo only 1 point short. Kronos on 64, only 3 points behind. And then there's Massa a little further back. But we shouldn't count him out yet. Maybe he's going to feel a bit more comfortable on the upcoming maps. We never know. That is, of course, like a map change can be a reset for your mind, of course. And we can only hope that Massa is going to join the competition again. Right now, it is looking very good. He is on first place. Kronos on second. YoYo is on third. And Tween a little further behind. He probably needs to hope for a little blunder by one of the opponents in front of him. Otherwise, it will be only a 3-pointer actually for Tween. He doesn't really get closer to his opponents. Keeps the same gap throughout these corners. Massa still holding strong. He's not really getting himself getting pressurized by YoYo, even though he's going to go for the inside line. But YoYo shouldn't have a lot of speed right there. Yes, Massa. Wow, look at those times, though. 112.43, 49, and 56. That is some good stuff by the players. They're coming back. They're actually heating themselves up a little bit. Great competition.
So it's a nice round for Massa to end on. Let's hope he can get his focus back now into this next track.
Indeed, Spectrum it is. Let's check it out. This is it. That was the map preview, and we are about to start the next map with the current score 72 for YoYo, going back into the lead. The player for Team E Corp, Cam3 and keyboard. That is a very, as I said earlier, a very weird combination. You don't really see a lot of players, of course, you know, going for keyboard and Cam3. That is, I would say, a very interesting combination that YoYo proves to, you know, it seems to work for him. So everybody, of course, with his own personal preference on how to play the game. Then we have Tween at 70, also a keyboard driver. Kronos and Massa, the two gamepad drivers, are actually being, you know, schooled by keyboard drivers. Next round, let's take it off.
It's very scary to know that you can play TrackMania on a keyboard like that, but these guys are making it work, and so other players as well in the field, and we're going to find out if they're going to keep that momentum, as we're going to stick with YoYo on this one. And he's doing so well. Ooh, bit of an early mistake there from Massa as he collides with the wall, so he will drop back into 4th position. So not really feeling the last, not really taking the advantage of the last round that he had. So unfortunate for him there. Meanwhile, we're going to see Tween in the lead, followed by Kronos and YoYo. Back and forth between Kronos and YoYo for that 2nd place. Right now, YoYo went a bit wider, has a bit more speed than Kronos as he takes 2nd, just barely right now. Tween as we get to drop down there. All pairs will make it easily there, nicely. Oh, actually, Tween, he slid a bit too much. He lost a lot of speed there to try and stabilize himself. Was temporarily in 2nd place from YoYo, but back and forth again. It is really such a back and forth game between all these as we come into the last few corners on the spectrum, and Tween has the lead now. YoYo has dropped back into 3rd as Kronos is trying to come and snipe in as we come up to the longest jump.
Oh!
And Kronos has more speed than Tween and will take 10 points away from Tween. YoYo, Kronos with 10, Tween with 6, YoYo with 4. Massa does not finish again.
It is looking worse and worse for Massa. The German player continues to just not step it up right here, not up to his performance whatsoever. He is still at 53 points after that DNF. And yeah, look at those positions. 1, 2, 3 are torn apart by 2 single points. This is absolutely insane. Kronos, Tween, and YoYo, all 3 on the same pace. Massa, however, with a good start, trying to deny the triple that is consisting of Tween, Kronos, and YoYo, of course. Let's go into the next round. Massa going very wide right there, still keeping himself on the track. Very risky stuff, but we know that is Massa being Massa. YoYo losing a little bit of time right there, but comes closer to Kronos, who didn't really have the best exit speed out of that corner. Dropping down now. Massa losing it now, drops down all the way back to last. Now we have an important landing into the right-hander, which Kronos actually does not get good at all. So he's going to drop down to last place. But this is a very, very close fight. Only Tween has gotten away a little bit from the other players, but the rest is still going to be very close. YoYo, Massa, and Kronos. Let's actually have a look at Kronos, who is a little bit behind right now. He's on 4th place. The last corner will decide who's going to get the last jump the best. Massa going for a bit more speed. Kronos goes tight, has no speed at all. Even goes for the safe finish, so let's have a look. YoYo actually sniping Tween right at the end. Midair snipe by YoYo. 1:10:27. Tween only 6 thousandths behind, and then there's Massa with a 43. What a great ending that was.
Unreal racing there, and this will allow YoYo into the lead with YoYo with 86 points, Tween with 82, and Kronos with 81. So the fight for 1st and 2nd is heating up really well. Massa still has a lot of work to do. He has the potential to do it, but can he bring it? We're going to find out in this round. We are halfway through, basically. We are more than halfway through the points again. It's 140 points is a total. Oh, massive crash there from Kronos. He lifted up there, tried to land, and he awkwardly hit the wall. So he'll be falling back into last place. And he's actually flipped over, and he has retired from the race. So this round, he will not get any points. Meanwhile, Tween and YoYo fighting it off. Here comes Massa though, fighting it off with YoYo, trying to get that 2nd place, and he does. Tween a bit ahead of everybody else right now, has a good line, good speed as well. As we are coming into the last few corners of Spectrum, Tween has a good gap right now, even though it is only 0.19 of a second, 0.17. You can see how the difference is. As we're coming to the corners, here comes Massa. No, Massa clips the Ramstein. That was an awkward bounce. He has to go safe. Tween will go for the landing. 10 points there. Massa with 6. YoYo.
Where did YoYo go?
Safe as well. YoYo had to go safe as well with 4. So unfortunate they're clipping the Ramstein from Massa. Otherwise he was catching up on Tween, but yeah, Ramstein got him.
Yep, he had more speed and hence he was also risking it over the inside. Ramstein sadly didn't pay off. Sometimes it was. Oh, and a big mistake by YoYo right in the beginning. That was almost the first available wall that was right there, and he decided to hit it. So YoYo gonna be dead last. And considering that he is still in a fight for first place with Tween, they're only 2 points apart from each other in total. That is not going to be the best outcome position for YoYo right now. Tween on first, fighting it out with Massa. Massa getting a very good amount of speed out of that corner. Tween going tight, won't have the best speed and will get overtaken by Massa again. You see Kronos a little bit behind, still waiting to maybe go for the overtake somewhere soon. Dropping onto the blue part, Massa still with a good line. Drifted a bit too much there, so Tween might actually come a little bit closer right there. And this is exactly what's going to happen. Tween actually coming closer now. Goes for the inside line, and now it is a neck and neck. But Massa with the speed advantage once more. Tween even getting passed by Kronos, so it will be decided in the end once again. But have a look at Kronos, who is really risking it right there. Trying to get that first place off Massa. Massa risking it over the inside Reinstein, and who's going to get the finish line first? Both almost with the same trajectory. They are literally driving the same line, and it is Massa and Kronos. Only 200s apart from each other at the finish line. 3:35 and 3:55 by Massa and Kronos.
What an amazing round that was. And again, Massa in the last round, bringing it out. Let's hope he can bring it into this next map as we are changing right now.
Next map, Even Odds by Skadi. Of course, the map preview coming up at your screens. Alright, that is gonna be it for this map. And we're gonna enter this one with a current standing of 96 for Tween on first, 93 for YoYo, 87 for Kronos, and Massa still kind of holding strong with 73. Not really losing, not really gaining anything, so it's kind of an equal, you know, he didn't really make any progress considering catching up to the opponent. So Massa still in last place. Going into round number 1, it is Kronos with a little bit of a weaker start this time. Finds himself already 0.2 behind the leader, which is YoYo, the keyboard player for Team E-Corp, right now on first place. Let's have a look at Tween, who's going for the inside line now. YoYo with more speed together with Massa, so Tween will get overtaken back onto the blue part. A very tight section. Tween now, that was a risky line. I almost saw that coming. That was a little too wide right there, so Tween with a full stop and will be dead last as a result. YoYo now, the next one to say goodbye. Made another mistake on the platform. So we saw surprisingly a big amount of mistakes on that platform jump, because you want to jump at a very specific angle and avoid the walls, of course. So it's easier said than done to angle up your car properly for that section. Massa in the lead, and he needs those 10 points, of course. Kronos also in third place is heavily gonna capitalize from the second place, from the 6 points that he's gonna get out of this one. Massa on his way to take it. It's gonna be a good time for Massa here. 112.6, Kronos with a 0.7. Good stuff by the top two. YoYo clocking in a 116, and Tween actually with a DNF.
Yeah, unfortunately for Tween, and again, it brings the points ever so closer right now. 97 for YoYo, 96 for Tween, 93 for Kronos, and Massa is actually sort of caught up with 10 points difference behind Kronos with 83. So if he gets a few more rounds, this will be absolutely spicy, as we're going to find out if Massa can turn it on. Here we go, though.
Nope.
Oh, no. Nope, it's not happening this round, as Massa has dropped back. He's clipped the wall there. I believe maybe the ramp died, so it's not happening this round. Maybe next round. But saying that though, Tween is trying to get ahead of YoYo. Of course, he's in the lead by 1 point. 1 point difference between them two right now. Kronos will want to have a say in this though. He needs these points as well as they do. Of course, it's the top two that will go through to the upper bracket finals tomorrow on stage. Tomorrow, but the lower two. Oh no!
Kronos!
The wall. No, that's unfortunate. But Tween now in the lead, followed by YoYo. So again, these points are needed. And as I was saying, the bottom two will have to play in the lower bracket finals in the early morning tomorrow as well, about 9:30, 10. So nobody wants to wake up that time and play games, but we'll find out who's going to be as well. As we'll see, Tween, he's going to make the jump. He'll make it with ease with 10 points. YoYo with 6, Massa with 4. And Kronos is going to make it barely with 3 points.
Great time by Tween, got a point out 112.4. So he's back into the lead after that initial mistake. Tween back at it. So he's, as I said, the type of player that is not really letting himself get intimidated by either mistakes or by faster times of his opponents. So Tween, the poker face, shining through again, going back up in the lead with 106. Point limit is 140, so we still have a couple of rounds to go until we're going to see the first finalist. YoYo at 103 and Kronos at 86, and also Massa is coming a little bit closer step by step with 87 points, so he shouldn't be counted out yet. Let's have a look. He's on last place right now. Very, very close to the walls. Didn't really get the optimal speed out of this one, so he will lose a little more time to his opponents. Came a little bit closer to the opponents according to the checkpoint times. But by the visuals, it is still roughly the same, dropping down into the left hand. And now it is Kronos going for a little bit of a wider line. Gets proper exit speed out of this one, though, so that's pretty good. Kronos, however, now not getting this one all too well. Oh, and YoYo with a no-slide straight into the left wall. There was nothing he could have done about that one, except for neo-sliding, of course, but that's something you don't really do when you know you can drift normally. So YoYo will be dropping down to last place. It is Tween now on first, Kronos on second, and these positions are most likely going to be set in stone. Tween taking first, Kronos 400s behind, and Massa with a good time as well. Good race.
Really good race there. 112 high, 112.73, 112.77 between Kronos and Tween. So really good there. As we are heading into our final round of this map. We'll see Massa again. He's on 91. He needs a few more points to break that 3-digit barrier. Meanwhile, Tween in the lead with 116, followed by YoYo with 103 and Kronos with 102. So second place is heating up in this match. As we get back into this one, we'll see everyone knows the narrow corners there. Ooh, Kronos going slightly wide there. Has to readjust himself, but he's able to slide back in. He was third position. Now he dropped back into fourth. And back into third, so he's back and forth. Massa going as well. Massa needs to sort out his lines for this one because he is going to hit the wall. Ooh, I think there was a slight mistake there. It was YoYo who clipped the wall there, so he will drop back into last place. Let's go find Massa as he's on the tails of Kronos. Tween again. Another good gap here. Good gap difference between himself and Kronos. Here comes Massa, though, trying to attempt to get past Kronos, and he will. And now he's on the hunt for Tween for this first place again. Points are needed badly, and Tween is actually safing it just a bit more than Massa. Massa needs to risk it. He wants those points as best he can, and it's not going to work. But second place will have to do for Massa. 10 points for Tween, 6 points for Massa, 4 points for Kronos, 3 points for YoYo.
It is looking better and better for Tween, who gets another 10-pointer. Will extend his lead to 126. So on this map, all to say, we might see the first finalist. Let's have a look at this one. This is gonna be a very, very amazing last part of the match. So that was a run by Massa himself. Will Massa prevail? Will he actually make something out of the small point disadvantage that he is in right now? He's at 97 points, so only 9 points behind Kronos and YoYo that are both tied up for second place. So Massa should not be counted out. And maybe the fact that he is a very fast player on this track could make it better, or could make it to the worse. Let's find out.
Let's find out indeed, of course. Now second place, both tied, 106 points between Kronos and YoYo. So a lot to play for. Tween with a 20-point gap ahead of the joint second place right now, 126. Massa still to hit a 100-point marker, but he can eventually, because this is one of the tracks that he has performed well in during the league phase, stage 1 and stage 2. Is he going to come out on top on this one? We'll find out. So far, a good start from him as he's currently in first position, followed by YoYo, Kronos, and then Tween. We're going down into the next few checkpoints. Kronos and YoYo take over the lead, and it's back and forth between Kronos and Massa. Over the jump we go into this long left-hand turn down the hill. Kronos gets a nice gap. I don't know where that burst of speed came from Kronos, but it was good. Into the first lot of pillars we go, and into the second lot of pillars. All make it safely as well. Tween will actually slide in a bit more earlier than he usually did, but is able to stabilize into third position. Here comes Massa though on the heels of Tween. Actually goes past. Kronos still has a big gap in the first position. Here comes Tween though. Oh no!
Oh!
Kronos actually clipped the wall, but actually Tween actually clipped with the jump there, with the little transition, and that it was unfortunate. Now Massa and YoYo have a big chance. Is YoYo gonna pass? YoYo passes Massa right at the last second.
Holy
YoYo with
moly.
10 seconds. YoYo with 10. I was gonna say 10 seconds. YoYo with 10 points. Massa with 6. Kronos with 4. Tween with 3.
Great ending by YoYo. He really went wide to accumulate as much speed as possible for the last straight. It did pay off against Massa. So YoYo will go up to 116 points. Tween sitting there at 129. So if he wins this round, it will be that infamous 139 slap in the face that nobody wants to have, really. So let's see how Tween will be performing. I don't know, of course, if he has that scenario in his mind. You never know what's happening through a player's mind in a situation like this, which is just so tense. We only have 26 points between first and fourth. So this is very, very close, considering the length and the variety of this match. So right now it is Kronos in the lead, followed by Massa. YoYo a little further behind, and we have Tween even further behind than YoYo. Let's have a look at this section. Wanna keep a lot of speed for this long straight that you have here. Wanna keep as much speed as you can there. Massa still holding strong with that first place, and that is what he wants exactly, to potentially come back and secure himself a place in the winner bracket. Oh, but everybody is making mistakes left, right, center. YoYo and Kronos both making mistakes in that section, and it is Massa and Tween that will survive this round without further difficulties. Massa on a good time, 113.833, and then there's Tween taking second with a 114.6. You don't really see that happening too often, but Tween will go up to 135, and now it is a tie for third between Kronos and Massa.
Yeah, so Massa on a slow comeback. They're not too far behind either. YoYo, 120 there for YoYo, 113 both for Kronos and Massa, so it's still doable for that second position. First position, of course, is doable as well, don't get me wrong, but it's going to be very tough for the players to try and stop Tween on the form he is on right now as we are into this third round of Odyssey. And we'll see Massa fighting Tween for that first position. Actually goes wider, but we'll get more speed out of his wide lines. Here comes YoYo into second position though. So it's back and forth. Kronos gets a lot more speed somehow, gets better lines through, and will overtake Massa for third position. So it's still early on, 40 seconds into this race. Through the first lot of pillars, into the second lot of pillars. All will make it superbly well. Oh, Tween over the Ramstein. I thought he was going to lose a bit of speed there, but he's able to stabilize himself as Tween is coming down here along with YoYo and Massa as we come into where they made a lot of mistakes before in the previous round. All of them will not make mistakes this time around. YoYo actually sneaks in ahead of Massa as we are coming into the final turns here, and Tween. Ooh, YoYo went wide there, will allow Massa, but I think he has a bit more speed as we're coming into
Oh my god!
Massa.
It's a tie!
Massa ties, but what?
It's a tie, and Massa gets the 6 points.
He does. Tween with 10, Massa with 6, YoYo with 4, Kronos with 3. The server gives the advantage to Massa.
Wow. What a lucky coincidence for Massa, who now goes up to 119 points. But let's have a look at Tween, who is now going to finalist mode in the last round of this map. What a coincidence that was. Unbelievable. First tie of tonight, and it has been a very important one as well. Let's follow Kronos right now. He is on last place. YoYo going surprisingly wide right there. There's a line that we have seen, and that it also works if you get it nicely, but YoYo definitely not making good use of it. Drops down all the way back to last place. It is Tween versus Massa right now for the first place. The only one that can stop Tween right now is Massa by the looks of it, but Kronos also shouldn't be counted out of this one yet. Tween not really getting the best speed out of this section though. Massa coming closer now, drifting to the left. Tween going a lot wider than Massa, both having the equal speed. It will all come down to the last third of the track. Who's going to get it better? Tween still with 300ths of a second in the lead. Massa losing a little bit of grip on the downhill, but gets the better angle on the blue part. Tween maintaining a lot of speed as well. Now goes for the wider approach. Massa with the inside. Tween gets a little more speed now out of this one. Tween is looking good for this one. That is not the best angle. Dropping down to the right-hander. This is going to be decided in the last turn. Massa won't be able to make anything happen, and it will be Tween that gets it in his first finalist attempt. And Tween will face Kappa and Carl Jr. in the winner bracket final of the TrackMania World Championship 2018.
Yeah, but who's going to join Tween along with Carl and Kappa? And that's going to be an interesting match between Kappa and Tween, you know, on the performances as well, as we are going to go into our next map. I think we are... This is the 6th one, or was this...
I think we're done with the rotation indeed, so...
Yeah, so we are done with the rotation. I think they should retire very shortly.
Yep.
Of course, no warm-ups are allowed in the second rotation of maps, as we should find out. Are you... Yep, so Massa deletes, Kronos deletes, YoYo deletes. Here we go. But all the points are still close. 127 for YoYo, 125 for Massa, and 120 for Kronos as we get underway into round 1, and it is going to be such a nuts round. So, Massa, as we're keeping an eye on him, he gets better lines than YoYo. YoYo gets a bit wayward there. Has to try and straighten himself out. He's able to stabilize himself and able to come back into it. So these top 3 right now, one of these will be joining the winner bracket finals. But who's it going to be? It could all turn out very well. All have the potential of being finalists too. So, wow, it could come down to the next few rounds on this track. Massa having a nice lead right now by 0.08 of a second ahead. YoYo coming in 2nd place right now. Back and forth between Kronos and YoYo as they slide through each other. When YoYo gets a better line than Massa. Massa just holding on barely right now. Kronos on the outside. It is such... It's 0.01 of a second between the difference between all these players right now. It's come this long last turn into the straight over the jump. Massa has better speed. He should take 10. He will take 10. YoYo with 6, Kronos with 4. What a great race. 107 high for Massa.
Unbelievable times. 107.99 for Massa, YoYo 108.11, and Kronos with a 14. All of the players shining through now when it actually matters. We are coming closer to actually reaching finalist mode. Massa going up to 2nd place after an initial rather bad looking match. He's at 135 and could reach finalist mode in this round. Together with YoYo, Kronos with 124 will have to be patient a little bit more. Round number 2, and it is Massa with a very early lead. YoYo and Kronos struggling as we have YoYo making another mistake, and this is a perfect opportunity for Massa to reach finalist mode on this map. Kronos is 0.2 behind, will not have the best speed right here over the blue part, comes a little closer. 1200s at the checkpoint now. Massa knows that he has to, you know, still keep up the pace, but not really risk it like it would be time attack. So right now it is looking very good for Massa. A 2nd place would also be sufficient, so the only thing that he needs to avoid right now is a big mistake. Kronos trying to you know, come closer now, get those 10 points, because he needs it more than Massa right now. This is going to come down to the last turn. Kronos versus Massa. Who's going to take it? This is the last transition into the last turn. Who's going to get it better? It looks like it's going to be Massa. Kronos with the inside line, but Massa with a wider line will get more speed, but Kronos actually gets more speed out of the landing. It will be Massa though. 108.064 and the 095. Those are insane times in the top 2. Massa and Kronos really fighting it out at the highest possible level. Massa finalist.
Massa a finalist. Who would have thought a few rounds ago, a few maps ago, that Massa would be 2nd place? Only his fans would think that, because right now he's doing him justice, as he's got to fight now Kronos and YoYo. for this finalist. Of course, if he does, he will join Tween along with Cole Jr. and Kappa in the winner bracket final on stage tomorrow. That's going to be huge for Massa, and hopefully he'll have, hopefully he can get there, because as his fans chant on in the Twitch chat, but we will see how it goes right now. He's in the lead temporarily because here comes YoYo just trying to slide in and overtakes Massa. Oh, it is so neck and neck between them two. Kronos is not too far behind. 0.01 of a second, 0.02. And YoYo is in the lead now. Massa's dropped back. He goes wide on his line, but gets more speed out of his lines. It is back and forth as we go into it. Oh my god, it is such a clutch round here for Massa if he can do it. YoYo trying to fight him off, saying no. Oh, Kronos will actually clip the Ramstein, and he drops back. So now it's all on YoYo's head to see if he can hold up, and if YoYo can get the points here, he will be finalist as well. Oh, it's so close. Here we go. YoYo is going to try and make it. Is he going to get in?
Wow!
He will keep out He will keep out Massa. 10 points for YoYo. Massa stays in. Kronos with 4 points. Both YoYo and Massa now the finalists.
Have you seen how close Massa was to the wall on the inside? 2 finalists now. YoYo versus Massa. This could be the last round of this match and of this evening. Who is gonna stay strong and keep the nerves, keep the head calm? Right now, it is a good start for all of the players. Of course, Kronos can't deny both of them. He's at 134, so if he wins this round, it is gonna be 3 finalists entering the next map. And Kronos is right now actually in the lead. He is holding strong right now. Massa with the inside line trying to make something happen. Didn't really work out for BIG Massa right now. Going for the inside line. Kronos still holding strong. He has the nerves and the pressure to make it happen. Kronos still holding very strong right here. Massa trying to make something happen. Goes for the inside line. It comes closer now. Right-hand drift. Massa holding the skid marks. Actually almost got the nose slide. That was incredibly risky stuff by Massa, but goes up to first place now. Kronos versus Massa. Who's going to take it? Massa with the inside line. Who's going to get more speed out of this turn? Massa with the inside line. Kronos losing a little bit. Left turn now. Kronos with the inside line. Both with equal speed. Going into the right-hander now. Massa dropping down with the tighter line. Kronos with more speed though. Kronos will have the better angle for the left-hander. Who's going to get more speed out of this one? I think it is Massa that gets more speed out of it. It will be Massa, but Kronos with a better line. Who's going to drop down? What is this round?
No!
It is Massa that gets it by 100th of a second. Massa wins this second place and will move on into the winner bracket final. Holy fucking shit.